here we are back for another 10-7 show here in 2021. Welcome.
2021.
2021.
I saw the worst I was gonna say full screen, that's TV. So I seen the worst meme the other day. It had a sad looking Pink Panther, and he said, when you realize to the year 2021 is saying 2020.
One. W-O-N. 2020 did not win.
No. We are here. If you are here checking us out, and if you made it through 2020, congratulations to you. Now it's time to make the moves for 2021. I say get it done in 2021, and that's just exactly what we are going to do. But with all that being said, welcome back to the 10-7 show here for 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season. For those that celebrate, hope you enjoyed yourself, got some time off, maybe saw some family, whether it be in person or via video, whatever it may be. But I hope you got to enjoy yourself. And you know how I like to start off things. With all that being said, I want to say hello to Goose and Tara, and how have y'all been?
Hey, Justin, Tyra, we're good. We're great.
Yeah, I'm good.
Merry New Year.
I'm good.
Merry New Year.
The right date on the paperwork at work tomorrow.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I gotta go to work tomorrow too.
I gotta go to work tonight.
And you know, with my job,
I was supposed to be off tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yo, we need you to go to this training. I looked at the date, it was like 1-4. I was like, damn.
Damn.
The only reason I didn't complain because it's a training. So,
right.
I mean, and it's online, so I'll be in my office, excuse me, online watching the training and use my vacation day for another time.
Yes, for when we can go outside and be around other people. It's nice.
Yes.
What up, Tanya? Tanya saying what's up to us? What's going on, Tanya? Happy New Year.
Tanya.
Yep, what's up?
Glad you're here kicking it with us. So, you know, with everything that happened over the New Year, we really didn't change too much up about the show.
Right.
So we do have everyone's favorite part of the show coming up, probably like right now. Of course, that's the Would You Rather portion of the show. Brought to you by who's it brought to us by today, Goose? Anybody?
Today is brought to us by Let's Not Argue.
Let's Not Argue.
Let's Not Argue.
Check out Let's Not Argue on the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. With Sean Thomas, CEO of Go Vegan Philly Restaurant in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. Check him out. But that's right, because I had part of the Would You Rather today. So let me go ahead.
Right. Am I working the
No, you're not touching that.
Okay.
When you want to, you can if you want.
No,
I was just gonna say there's no reason to, but I didn't mean it the way it sounded.
See what happens? You don't touch your head with the electronic.
You touch it, all of a sudden it's gonna be like, boo!
I'm not touching anything.
So my dad got us this Would You Rather this Would You Rather book for Christmas here because he watches the show.
Thanks, Deepak.
So he wanted.
Thank you, sir.
He saw this and said, "Hey, let's get this." So I picked one, and it's kind of corny.
Okay.
But I thought about it before I actually answered. Here we go.
Okay.
Did you put a check mark?
I will. Don't
Okay.
worry. We'll remember this one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Babe.
Would you rather be trapped in an elevator with Santa Claus or your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush.
My celebrity crush.
That wasn't hard.
Santa Claus.
Why the hell don't
Why would you pick Santa Claus?
What the hell are you going to be in there doing with your celebrity crush, huh?
You just know who my celebrity
What
crush
you going to be
is,
doing with your
and you
celebrity?
feeling some kind of way.
I don't care who. I don't care who. If your celebrity crush is Fat Albert, what you want to be stuck in the elevator with your celebrity crush for?
We can talk.
I know.
you want to be
build a friendship.
somebody that doesn't exist?
He exists.
He does exist. You have to be a teacher.
He exists.
I want to be in there with my celebrity crush.
Santa lives in the hearts and minds of all the parents out there.
Maybe my celebrity crush could teach me how to dance.
My celebrity crush. See, and plus, I can't pick a celebrity crush to be stuck in the elevator.
Yeah, I couldn't pick one either.
There's too many of them.
What?
There's too many.
I already know.
I got a lot. I like everybody.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, like it could be like Ashanti. It could be like Serena Williams.
Oh, why you want to be stuck in the elevator with Serena Williams?
Because she got a dog.
Because she got a dog.
Oh, you know. Uh-huh.
That's okay. That's why he feeling some type of way about me being stuck with my celebrity crush.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Breezy.
Why he got a big butt or something? Because I don't know.
Wait,
Nothing.
Yeah, I love Chris Brown.
I mean, yeah, I like him.
Mm-hmm. I know he, but that's okay. I like me some Breezy.
He's such a baby, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's what I was gonna say. Just a little baby.
Oh, he a grown man, honey. I love me some
oh my
Breezy.
God.
Oh,
Please,
yeah.
Please forget the time you just said. I totally remember that.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Wait, you were stuck with Jermaine Jackson?
Now, story time. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
It happened. It happened.
What
Story time.
happened?
We went to the View when it was like first came out, like when it was like Meredith Vieira before
Yeah,
Whoopi
this
got
was
on there.
early
Barbara
2000s.
Walters.
Star Jones in them.
So Star
Yeah,
Jones was
yeah.
still on there.
Big Star John.
And like, yeah, which is big. So we went there and like he was like one of the guests or whatever it was.
I was bad as hell.
Because like the next day it was Tyra Banks. Goose was
I was mad as hell.
best.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all could have been stuck on the
Go to the View and Jermaine Jackson,
You don't know who's
Is
gonna
the guest?
Be. Yeah,
and then the next day is Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
I was like, this is some BS.
yeah, but at any rate, and I
I'd
don't
have been mad too.
like he's not the most famous Jackson, so they put him on the elevator with us, and we're like looking at his helmet hair, like really like.
I'd been like, look, is that Beijing? Can you just tell me if that's a Beijing?
It may be literally Beijing, like soil from the
Yes,
country.
it was bad. It was really bad. It was
Yeah, I saw him on Wife Swap on the show.
He
Wife
was
Swap.
on Wife Swap?
He was on Wife Swap, and I couldn't believe the hair. I couldn't believe his hair.
It's not hair.
It's
Dye on scalp.
really
Dye on
He set his hair on a dresser at night, like
Totally.
Michael Jackson did his nose.
totally. All right, let's move on. Ready for the ready for Heather?
Wait,
Oh, I done gave my wife an asthma attack.
wait. You just said like Michael Jackson did his nose. Oh my
That was so mean. I was hoping to brush over that.
You know the MJ fans is gonna come after us for that.
Hey,
absolutely.
It's comedy.
It's comedy. All right, I have two. You want me to just read one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it goes long, we'll just do one. If it's quick, like mine, we'll do both of them.
Okay. Would you rather be trapped in a romantic comedy with your enemies or trapped in a horror movie with your friends?
Horror movie with my friends.
Totally.
Horror movie with my friends.
Whooping ass.
Horror movie with my friends.
Can I pick my friends?
Your friends.
Because we whooping ass.
I don't know. Y'all know I don't do nothing scary, so I'll be in a romantic comedy
with your
enemies,
enemies. though.
with my enemy. Yeah,
Mm.
that's okay. God's got me covered.
you might end up getting whooped up by your enemies.
They ain't gonna whoop me.
Somebody gets beat up in a romantic comedy.
Well, if she's a star, she doesn't have to worry.
Mm-mm. I don't fool around with nothing.
With your enemies, then who's the source of your romance?
Yeah.
Your enemies might hate too.
Or maybe I have frenemies and not enemies.
No, the question said enemies.
Enemies.
It definitely did, but
Enemies.
Who's trying to change it up now?
They pray for your downfall.
Mm.
So let's do another one, Tara. If you still
Okay.
got it.
All right, yeah. Wait, what?
Wait, is this wrong?
Oh,
It's touch screen. Stop touching stuff.
Okay, fuck them
Oh.
friends.
we got.
Yes.
Censor yourself, Tanya. I can't edit that out. Put a star or something. In there.
Yep. All
What
right.
you-
So the
all right,
next is: would you rather wake up with a different face but the same gender, or
Yes.
a different gender with the same face?
I'm gender. As long as I'm the same gender, I wake up with whatever face I
Yeah,
get.
man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I
I'm
would
not
try to wake
No.
up with a different gender
Not
but
me.
have my same face.
You just want to pee standing up.
I do.
That's
I
all.
want to pee standing. I want to pee outside. Like
yeah, I want to pee in the bush.
yeah.
You pee in the bush.
If I gotta go while we're on the road, I can just like whip it out. You know.
Yes.
Listen,
Wait. Remember when Eli
I'd
was
rather
little?
pee in the toilet than pee in the bush.
Where did we go? And Eli was like, I want to pee outside.
somewhere.
And it's Scooter's fault. It's Scooter's
Yes.
told him one time you could pee outside because we were in a car. And then every time we got in the car,
He would have gone to the bathroom outside.
I was like, what?
Listen, I'm not even going. I'm not even going to.
Oh,
I'm not even,
purpose.
So
I'm
yeah,
not
we
even gonna
get
try.
out. He know we going out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna hold it.
Until we get in the
And we
car.
get like 5 blocks from the house. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm not even going to try to explain what
Oh, we got a
what
story.
our little one did.
Oh, go ahead and try. Guys, I'm crying.
So we're on our way. I don't even know where we were coming. We was on our way.
Westchester. We was coming from Westchester.
No, we wasn't. We wasn't coming. We was coming from. We was going City Line Avenue.
You talking about with the plastic bag?
Yes.
That was from my Steph house.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. go ahead.
Because we was at City Line Avenue. We ain't come that way anyway.
Okay.
So the little one has to use the bathroom, and we not stopping for whatever reason. We not stopping anywhere, right? We was on 76 or whatever the case may be, and then Tyra says, "I have a plastic bag in the back of the car. Use the plastic bag."
Mind you, I have a girl.
Long story short, she uses the plastic bag, and then there's like a bag full of no, it didn't have any. Thank God, it didn't have any holes.
That's what I was thinking. Holes.
There's a bag full of,
Urine.
urine, and then the Tyra going to talk about some hold this. Nah.
I was driving.
But here's the precedent is set. Now every time we went somewhere, when I went to propose to Tyra, I set this whole thing up to propose to Tyra. Went back to our old school and got a tour of this building while like your mom came down and her mom came down and stuff like that. While everything was going on, got a tour of this building. She went to every trash can. In every room that we went into, she went and stood over every trash can while everybody's back was turned and act like she was peeing in the trash can. Stood over it. Every single one. Yes.
Who Christian?
Yes. And I am the only one that saw it because Tyra she kept doing it when Tyra's back was turned.
Oh my God.
Every single time.
I cannot take them.
I was like, yo, this man loves me if he's willing to hold a plastic bag full of pee.
No, we threw that in the trash can over at Lord and Taylor's on City Line Avenue. That's what we did. I wasn't trying to.
He was like, babe, for real?
At least you ain't throw it out the window.
Yeah.
No.
Splat.
That's a whole nother story. I have a whole nother story about that.
You threw some pee out the window?
Yeah, on a bus down the Eastern Shore, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
What was you doing there? Those are college stories, y'all. College stories.
All right, so what we talking about today?
I have a 7 from our hiatus.
Oh yeah, our dear 10-7.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Ready? Now I don't have my notes because I couldn't get my printer to work, so I'm reading this from a tablet. So please bear with me. You know I'm blind.
Still words.
I know, but I can't. Okay. Dear 10-7, my boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for 7 months, so it's relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
He was still living in his family home, but assured me that his marriage was over and had been for 18 months. His wife asked him to move out after a few weeks of us seeing each other, although she didn't know about us. Okay. Since he moved into his own place, she now knows he's seeing me, and so do the children. But I'm still not allowed to call him if they are coming over or leave any of my stuff at his house. And if I do, he hides it. He spent Christmas Day with them and New Year's Eve with them too. I just feel that's giving his ex and the children the wrong message. He doesn't get it, and he says he doesn't want to hurt anyone. The whole New Year thing came about because she asked him what he was doing, and he says he didn't say anything. But I believe he committed to being with them. He doesn't always tell the whole truth straight away, and I have to gently pull it out of him, as he is not used to communicating properly. I want to be patient, and it is still the early days, but I feel like the other woman and not the girlfriend.
Let me respond to this as a person who's good at reading between the lines. You the other woman.
Baby.
Baby. Okay. If you gotta pull stuff out of him now and y'all only been together 7 months, you need to pack your bags, grab your Coach bag, and get the hell out of there. real fast.
Now wait a minute, hold on. Now you might be partially right. She might need to go ahead and move on.
Absolutely,
but she may not be the other one. He just might be scared to tell his wife that he's moved on.
Maybe his ex is such a bitch that he doesn't want to mess up the relationship that he has with his kids. Because these women bang on these kids in front of these dudes.
They do.
And use them to manipulate these dudes. You dig what I'm saying? That's the thing that keep a dude from choking the hell out of women.
They do, and I know women who have done that, and I think that's horrible.
So if he's probably afraid because first of all,
he don't want to.
If she asks me to leave and I leave, you ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me what to do in my house.
My own place, right? That's the first thing. Well, that's why. That's what I was thinking. Like, one, you are the other woman. He's still very much married and not available for a relationship. That's number one. Number two,
he is available if she asks him to leave.
Right,
because they're outgoing.
If she asked him to leave, this is her, right? This is what he's telling the girlfriend. But
so we have no evidence of the contrary. So that's what we got to roll with.
We don't.
Right.
Also was saying that he still lived with his family when he started dating her, right? So to me, I don't know.
It's funny. I'm like, my mother said I can have as much company as I want.
Well, according to this letter, he has his own apartment, right? And the wife knows he's seeing somebody. So then why aren't you allowed to call? And why, if you like leave a hairbrush at his house, why is it hidden?
Right. Why does he gotta hide things? Like, how old are the children? Is he hiding things from the children? Maybe he don't want the children to know that he's moved on from the wife.
Maybe he got a bunch of chicks.
He could have a bunch of, like I said, she's the side piece.
She might be the other woman to the third power.
Do you see what
however that math works?
My thing is, regardless of whether she the other woman, the wife, regardless of all of that, she said that he doesn't always tell everything up front, and I have to pull it out of him. That is a characteristic that's not going to change. If you plan on being serious with this man, I wouldn't even get serious with a man like that, because you're going to be struggling to pull stuff out of him forever.
Let me say this. If he doesn't always tell the truth and she has to pull things out of him, maybe it's because of the response that he gets when he tells her shit. Because I wouldn't tell nobody nothing. After a while, if I don't like the response I get, guess what? I stop hearing it.
And maybe he don't want her stuff at the house, and he just don't want to tell her that.
Why don't he want her stuff at the house?
Because maybe I don't want you girling up my crib with your hairbrushes with all the hairs all in there.
Oh, but you
with your stinking drawers all hanging.
But you with this booty though, girling up your sheet.
Yeah, and then you can take it with you when you leave.
Oh wow, you see that? Take
it with you when you leave. You take the booty.
They've only been together 7 months.
Right? Exactly.
I agree with that too. 7 months.
It's very early. It is.
They haven't even seen all the holidays in their relationship yet.
Right. So, and then my other thought, and please tell me if you think I'm wrong. Okay. My thought was he got cheating with old girl, even though the wife doesn't know her name. He got caught cheating, right? He got kicked out. This is just what I'm thinking from reading this letter. He got kicked out, and now he's trying to win the wife's forgiveness and move back into their house. And that's why he ditched holidays. Okay, because you don't matter that much. It's only been 7 months, but his family does. Men don't tend to leave their wives, right? You am I wrong? Especially after 7 months, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
I mean, it depends. You left your wife.
I said I never left my. Well, I left the first one, but you know what I mean.
That wasn't your wife. You're trying to get stuff started on this show. Don't even try.
She said that wasn't you. Now who you referring to? I was making somebody up just now. Who you referring to?
I don't know. You gotta watch it. But as a woman, if he told you you're married, he's married, and they're not divorced and things are not settled, I agree with our commenter Tanya when she said my suggestion is to always wait until everything is over between husband and wife. Until it's over, you'll always be subject to throat check by the wife, and that's true.
Absolutely.
Wait until it's completely done and over with.
Now, I partially agree with that because I put it this way. I have a friend. He's been trying to get divorced for like 4 years, 5 years. His wife keeps stressing him out, keeps battling this, battling that. Now, what chick is going to wait 4 or 5 years for your divorce to be done?
Somebody would somewhere.
So it's women
I
out
know
there who
she
wait.
wouldn't have.
Because they dating. So now y'all saying you shouldn't even date a dude until his divorce is done, free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because
like
I mean that's so
my
stressful to have to deal with
like
that.
4 or 5 years.
I think it's been longer than that. I feel
It's
like
a long
it's been
time.
a long time, yeah. So this is my last.
And
oh,
I just want to say the one last thing.
Okay.
And I could from if I was a man in this situation.
Oh, okay.
And if I was a man in this situation in like reverse roles, I ain't worrying about no throat checks. Everybody got a throat. You check mine, I check yours. Guess what?
So my last,
Check mine, I check yours. We both ain't going. Neither one of us gonna be breathing in this.
Exactly. All I'm saying is, don't start nothing. There won't be anything.
And a lot of it comes down to you only been together 7 months.
7 months, not even a year.
So the first 3 months, wasn't even real, right?
No.
The first 3 months wasn't real.
But see, you can't even say that no more. People getting married now at a week.
I do
3
have
weeks.
friends that got
And then
married.
they real leave.
And I know I told y'all this before. I have friends that got married after 3 weeks of knowing
And they
each
still
other.
had to learn each other.
Right. And they
And
do.
at 7 months, you're still learning each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the topic?
And now you just found out that you probably ain't the only one. And he don't want your stuff. Stop trying to leave your stuff at his crib. Just bring it with you.
You think she's trying to mark her territory?
Matter of fact, unless you paying some of the rent, don't leave none of your stuff over there.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a challenger. I'll show up at the crib with her.
I'm just saying, look, if you ain't paying none of the stuff, if you ain't paying no bills, don't expect to be able to leave your. It's not your crib. Unless you until at least a year and a half in, then you talking about 7 months. You trying to leave a little dib dabs over there just to show other chicks that he's bringing over there that you actually exist, because that's what's happening. That's really what's happening. You trying to show these other Jones that you really exist, right? You only existed for 7 months. You ain't existed.
We got a comment from who is this? Makita Nurse. I agree with her comment. Yeah, she says, I always say don't make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. That's right. In the beginning of 7 months, it's still a temporary feeling. Y'all still need each other's representatives at that point. You don't really
7 months. That ain't even in the whole NBA season. 7 months.
So in this situation, maybe she feels as though she's putting herself in a position greater than she actually has.
Yeah, I think she's jumping the gun with the relationship.
At 7 months, it'd be like, yo, am I going to see you on Christmas? That's, you know what I mean? That's the 7 months.
Right.
You know, at 7 months, if a female told me, why don't you just leave that here? I'm not leaving it. No, I'm going to take this with me.
Did you come to Christmas when we first started dating?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. I remember the first Christmas I came, but I don't remember if I came the first year. I'll tell you that. Take that doggone money.
I made some so at any rate, reading this, I was thinking that, you know, for this young lady, and I hope you're watching, you need to make some New Year's resolutions, and here are that you can start with. Number 1, stop dating married men.
Exactly.
Let me finish.
Because just because you married by law don't mean that you're physically married.
Let me finish. Number 2, stop dating men who live with their partner and their kids. Number 3, break up with anyone who says you can't call at a certain time or leave anything at their house. Number 4, stop dating anyone who needs to have the truth gently pulled out of them.
Absolutely. That is a red flag. Married or not, that's a red flag.
I say it's not. It all depends
I say it
on
is.
the reaction when you tell us stuff.
No. I mean, it could be something silly.
For me,
if you gotta pull silly information out.
See, silly stuff, you don't need to know silly stuff. You say, what size shoe you wear? 13. It's a damn lie, but it don't make no difference.
I don't play around. One lie and you out the door.
Yeah, you're pretty brutal. You're pretty brutal.
First First of all, let those who live in glass houses should not throw stones.
But I wouldn't lie about that
Everybody
sometimes.
Everybody
I wouldn't
lies.
lie about
This thing goes.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
It's
No.
a technical quote.
Oh,
No, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean.
Everybody
If you
lies.
lie about little things, you will lie about big things.
Everybody
That's
lies.
a red flag. If you
Everybody
gotta pull information out of him, that is a red flag. Point
But-
blank, period.
For me, I feel as though that women want all of the information and they want all the truth, even on trivial things, as a form of control.
I don't think it's not a form of control. It helps us to better make a decision as to what category we want to push you in.
First of all, if you ask me something and I don't think that it's pertinent for you to know, I'm not going to tell you. Regardless,
That's fine. You don't have to tell me, but if I find out you lied, then
Actually, we just had that situation like yesterday.
what situation?
You were asking me something, and I didn't tell you because I knew that there was going to be another question to follow up that question that I was not going to be able to answer. and I feel like it was a question of what you thinking about.
But
Like,
you
you know,
didn't lie about it though.
I said nothing.
but he didn't
But,
say.
but a lie by omission is still a lie.
That is true. That's a
And,
lie.
and I said I ain't thinking about nothing, which we usually say. That's what we say. I ain't thinking about nothing, because if I really told you what I'm thinking about, we going down a rabbit hole, right?
Mhm.
So I forgot what it was I was thinking about, and when I said what I was thinking about, she came back with another question, of which I already knew I could not answer that question. And then once you can't answer that question, well, why not? And then you can't answer that question either. So I avoid that whole frustration. I just said I ain't thinking about nothing.
I can't answer that question because I don't have the information.
Yeah.
You see, so like for instance, like I hear stuff and I want to tell my wife, but I don't. You know why?
Really?
Because
Right. Into
when I
the
tell my wife-
marriage
when I
expiration
tell
date.
my wife something,
Right.
I give her all the information.
He does, and he doesn't get.
That's right.
I give her everything, but you know what? She wanted, and what was this? And what was that? You know why? So to go for that, I just don't say anything at all.
Right. Right. So then,
That's because
Like, oh,
we
she's like, "Did you know?" I'm like, yep.
yeah, and then
But why you didn't tell
But
me?
then I have to get information from like Tanya's got to fill in the blanks or Tyra's got to fill in because Goose will be like, da-da-da-da. And I'd be like, and then what? You can't just drop.
Exactly. You can't just drop a bomb like that. We
So
want the
y'all-
whole story.
So there, in that situation, it's more about the information than the messenger.
Right.
No, it's not about. It is about the information, but it's about us making an informed decision.
Okay.
At least that's how I see it.
I know. I just
need to
don't
get
know.
I
on
want to be able to make an informed
I
decision
understand
as
what
to
you're
whether or
saying.
not I want to deal with you. And when you lie, my decision is not properly made with the proper information.
But it all depends on what the lie is. If you ask a dude, "Are you married?" and he say no, and then later on you find out that he is,
Mhm.
that's a serious lie.
That is a serious lie.
But if you ask a dude, "Where were you yesterday?" right?
Mhm.
And suppose he was with his ex and his kid school shopping or something.
Mhm.
But you can't handle that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just say I took my son school shopping, but I won't say that his mom went with us because you
But
can't.
see, that's not even true. It depends on the caliber of woman that you deal with. Because if you get,
That's
if you was
exactly what he's
honest,
saying.
it
That's what he was
depends on
saying.
the if you was honest with her from the
Hold-
beginning.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because we all can't talk at the same time.
yeah.
Based off of previous experience, that's what I would tell you. You know why? Because if you handle yourself properly, I'll give you all the truth 100. But if you can't, that's when you gotta get piecemeal, and that's everybody.
I would like to clarify that I've never had a conversation about him taking anybody else school shopping, so that's not directed at me.
Mm. It was just an-
It's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical. I understand what you're saying, but if there's an open honesty from the jump and the maturity of the people involved, and she knows that y'all have kids together, of course y'all gonna have to go school shopping together. And if she overreacts to that, then maybe y'all not supposed to be together anyway.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I'm just
we
very
know.
leery
She wrote one
of
letter.
people that you got to pull things out of. You should not.
It's funny because this is the other thing.
Well, she didn't
Maybe-
give an example
this is
of
the other
what she
thing.
was trying to pull out.
Maybe he's not comfortable sharing.
It's only
Don't
bits and
nobody
bobs.
want to talk about the emotional aspect of it.
Well,
That's
she didn't.
true.
Very
No.
true.
I'm just talking
That's
about it.
true.
Oh, Okay. All right.
Well, I'd rather you say I'm not comfortable sharing than to I gotta keep dragging. I gotta keep asking.
Well, why you feel like you can't share with me?
But
Then you gotta explain that.
Why can't you stop asking? If you feel as though you're not getting the truth and he may be lying, don't ask.
That's what she should do. She should stop asking and move forward.
Stop leaving her dirty drawers at the house.
I would like to follow up with her one day.
Stop giving her a reason to leave her dirty drawers at the house.
All right, can we, Justin? I think we need to
come over with cleaner drawers on.
Excuse me.
I gotta wash it.
She can't use my washer.
All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna
listen. Goose and Tyra. I tuned out. Goose and Tyra are going at it, and me and you are just like.
No, you want to move on?
we're gonna move on to the topic at hand today. We got 2 topics.
We did have one.
Well, we got technically 1, but 2.
Yes.
So it's the new year. We had a rough year last year, and so we decided to let's talk about good things that happened in 2020. I know people are raising their eyebrow like, good thing, what happened good? And we were the same way. So we wanted to see, we looked for some articles and some things, and we wanted to see what we can pull out. And you guys can start talking about good things that happened to you as well in 2020. So we're going to talk about some good things that happened in 2020 and some lesson learned from 2020. So if you have a good thing or a lesson learned, type it in. We'll pull it up and we'll discuss it real quick.
Type it in, or you can text it to 215-486-0335. That's to join our community. And you can send in your comment there, and we can read those on air as well. But definitely want to join our community regardless. 215-486-0335.
So do y'all want to do lessons learned first? And then I think we should kind of end off with the good things.
Well, I have like 50 good things.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe only give us like 3.
Okay. I wouldn't even know where to start. All right. Well, one thing that was good for me, wearing sweatpants and tees became acceptable fashion choices all day, every day.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I don't even think I can fit any more of my pants that I wore to work. I think I've had jeans on once in the last 10 months.
Me too.
I'm scared to even try on my work pants. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I think they might.
No, I still get dressed.
You get dressed?
Most days.
Mm-mm.
Like if I'm just sitting in the office for work the only day, I'll wear sweats or whatever. But if I'm going to the store, I'll get dressed.
But Goose always did get dressed up.
He always got dressed.
Totally different place. He's got a hat on and he look like I'm getting ready to clean somebody's bathroom.
I'll be at meetings in my room, okay, with my camera off.
Wear pants. Here's one that I thought was super cute and funny. A 103-year-old grandmom beat COVID-19 and she celebrated with a Bud Light.
Yay! That's
103. Yes, 103. Yep. Let's see. Tiger King somehow connected us, and I still think Carol.
I just told Tyra I have not watched Tiger King. I don't know nothing about it.
I watched it.
You're not missing anything.
But I'm gonna
tell
you,
so much hype about it. I didn't want to watch it.
Don't F with cats.
Please, Don't F with Cats was so good.
Okay.
It makes you an armchair detective.
Don't watch.
Okay.
Watch that.
Yeah.
What's that on?
The title is misleading. Watch it.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I might binge watch it tonight. It's like, nah.
Yeah, I think it was like an hour and a half documentary. It wasn't a series.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now they talking about cats or like animal cats?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's a couple of scenes in there that's questionable, but for the most part, cats is not about cats.
Well, yeah, there is.
I already don't F with cats.
You know how I feel about animals in general. So I was like, when that part comes up, I was like, covering my ears, closing my eyes. Goose was like, all right, it's over. You can watch now. So there is one scene where there's cruelty to animals. But then after that, it's crazy. You'll like it. Like it.
We got a comment, y'all.
Yeah, Tanya said her lesson learned was to give up my lesson learned was to give up the fight and go with what life throws my way.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because what do you
I
say?
don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
Nah.
Why?
Because if I
guess it depends.
you just gonna accept it? No,
I guess it depends on what the fight is.
I must say it depends on what the fight is. You picking your battles. I'll say just picking your battle.
Yeah, because I remember like us having a conversation about that, and she was like, you know, it had to like revolve around her job or something like that, and then something greater came along, and she was like, I was fighting to try to hold on to this, but meanwhile, this greatness was coming through. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like sometimes you got to look at it. Sometimes better things come because of your fight.
Right, because I know for me, like in certain situations, if I wasn't made uncomfortable in a situation, I wouldn't have had explored other opportunities. I'll put it like that. Sometimes those uncomfortable things come to push you where you probably would not have gone normally.
And the fight and being tired makes the reward of another opportunity even sweeter. People like, yo, I'm out of this joint. When can I start? Tomorrow.
Immediately.
That's true.
Like, I'm here now. Like, let me clock it.
When we clock it?
I mean, we can take my picture, get my badge, and everything. All right. This one I thought was really cute. Crayola launched a box of crayons with diverse skin colors for children to accurately color themselves into the world. I thought Crayola had
No, they didn't. They had brown, black, and tan.
Put it this way, they might have had the colors like in the 64 pack or whatever, but they weren't named.
Right. They probably had a special name to it.
You know what I'm saying? It was like walnut.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
That could be misconstrued, but okay.
This one I love. NASA named its Washington, D.C. headquarters after Mary W. Jackson, its first Black female engineer. Did y'all know that?
No, I did not.
I knew that.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
yep.
That's awesome. Big up to NASA.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. I don't know if you guys saw this movie, but for the first time ever, the Academy Award for Best Picture went to an international feature film called Parasite. Did you guys watch that?
No.
We did.
Never even heard of it.
No, I don't. I've heard of it. I didn't watch it.
Was crazy bananas. It's not a horror film at all. Tanya, you can watch it. It's not horror. It's crazy.
Okay.
It does have subtitles. But yeah, it was really good. What else? It says bird watching. Yes, please. I mean, I always like to watch the birds, but bird watching became a thing. Did y'all know that?
I never understood bird watching.
Really?
Have you ever watched
We
birds?
watched birds.
Huh?
We was watching birds.
I've looked at birds, but I've never I guess I've never been anywhere where there's like different birds than like pigeons and the stuff that's around here.
No, when we went to the track that time, it was a blue jay.
A blue jay. You see it and we move on. I wasn't watching it. I saw it. Hey, a blue jay.
So like here, it's easy. So in the yard, like we got blue jays, cardinals, robins.
What's the one with the breast? The blue?
Robin.
Okay.
Robin redbreast. Mockingbirds. We got all kind of stuff.
Oh,
so y'all can watch. Excuse me, y'all can bird watch in y'all yard. I squirrel watch.
Oh yeah, we squirrel watch.
I watch the squirrels. They climb on my birdhouse and knock it until the food falls out, and then I'm like, all right, you got 5 minutes with the food. I mean, I feel that every day.
I have been going to bat with these squirrels. Okay, we got some hood squirrels where we live. And I know what time they come on my porch. These squirrels are the worst, and they're
trying to so they can make their nest for the winter.
They are a pain in the butt.
I don't know. All right, so it says the next thing is we came up with creative ways to celebrate big milestones like drive-by and Zoom parties.
Yes, yes.
Oh, y'all want to waste some gas and drive by my house?
But I think we needed that creativity.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We needed it because we left, technology had taken over our lives so much to where it kind of like suppressed our creativity. So now we had to go back into the bank. You know, you got to get creative with your kids. Like we had to do their hair. Like, okay, we're going to start doing games and puzzles. Like you have to get off of that computer all day.
Puzzles, that's right. Because I mean, like, how much you're on a computer all day for work, all day for school. When it's time to log off, you're like, yeah, let's play a board game. Like I went looking for board games when this first started. Couldn't find anything. I was like, yo, what's the time you could OD on board games? Now can't find them anywhere. No, we're not on Amazon. You can find them on Amazon.
My husband went out and got these brain teaser puzzles. Okay, had us in here sweating, thinking so hard. We was in here sweating. We were actually doing puzzles last night, and it was so fun. And he was like, "Babe, I noticed like you haven't picked up your phone." Like we had the TV on, even the basketball game was on, and we were still just sitting there doing this puzzle game. What's it called?
Which one?
Canoodle.
That's what it's called.
Oh, Canoodle.
She said it. I was like,
yeah.
We played two different ones.
Families back together for family
time.
Yeah,
for family time. Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, let's see. Here's one that relates to our relationship show. Love is still blossoming amid quarantine thanks to drones, digital dinners, and an inflatable plastic bubble. Have you guys seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Restaurants have like a bubble. I thought that was really cute. But how are drones helping?
Well, it's contactless delivery.
Yeah,
so the drone will just drop what you have off in front of your door.
I don't think so. Oh, that's so nice.
I got a good thing for 2020.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The events of 2020 helped you to realize which of your friends are assholes.
What do you mean? How? Why?
That is true.
How? Why? How?
Right. Tell me.
Because you find out that you got friends that are Trump supporters and talking all kind of dumb stuff.
Oh,
but you got friends that
overtly racist.
5G caused the damn virus.
Okay.
So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You got some friends that's covertly racist. And you may have found out you was token black friend. I mean, who knows? I really think one of the things about 2020, and this can be taken either way, but I think as far as the racial reckoning that has occurred in the United States, I don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, some bad things had to happen for this to occur.
And we said that when the riots
opened not only Black America's eyes, but white America's eyes to the ugly elephant in the room in the United States that people have thought was gone. It let them know that ugly elephant is still sitting right there called racism.
Yeah, and I said that to Goose back in the summertime when all the riots were happening behind all these innocent Black men and women and children being killed and slaughtered. I was like, or maybe you said it. I know we had the conversation, but it was like everybody is in the house. Everybody is sitting still. So you had no choice but to pay attention to what was going on.
Exactly.
So, definitely. Thanks to Corona, that came to be. So here's a good one. Musicians took to social media to give us personal concerts.
That
was a great
one. All the musicians.
D-Nice?
DJs. D-Nice was doing it for us. Who else? I personally, I think I've watched like Anthony Hamilton. He was singing his tail off on Instagram. I'm like, yes, we got a lot of good concerts.
Free.
Okay, the verses thing started.
Yep. So that's good. People brought out their Christmas decorations to bring cheer during quarantine. That is so true. Like,
no, they didn't. What they did was they left them Jones out from last year, just never put them away. All they did was plug them bad boys in.
And the Hallmark Channel was like, cool, we're on it. It was like they started playing Christmas movies in July, and they were so wildly popular.
Before that.
But now they're doing every Thursday.
Yes.
Christmas movies.
I'm for it.
I have an admission. I hate Christmas movies.
They're all the same plot.
They're all the same plot. They're all corny. There's only a handful of Christmas movies I like. Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Die Hard.
1 and 2.
I don't even
Die
want
Hard
to
is not a
see. I don't want to
Christmas
even get
movie.
into that debate. That's why I didn't even say it. I don't want to get into that debate. But for the
Beach
Die
Street?
Hard,
Street.
Beach Street's a
Beach
Christmas.
Street is more of a
Beach Street is
Christmas
a
movie.
Christmas movie.
It's more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard.
Okay, so
Christmas movie.
Come on, we could debate that.
Home Alone is really like the only Christmas movie that I really like.
There's
Home Alone.
plenty. There's This
The vet-
Christmas.
What
There's
about Christmas Vacation?
Chri-
Christmas with the Cranks.
Christmas
like,
with the Cranks.
okay, so those types of movies, Christmas movies, I like, right? But those aren't the ones that get shown on the Hallmark channel.
The
Like
Hallmark,
mainstream movies.
yeah, the Hallmark
Right.
Christmas movies, same plot, same characters, different
Yeah,
names.
I think they just changed the title.
They're starting to switch up the plots and stuff now, but I love it. I mean, I think
Not
it's
that much.
I think it's refreshing not to see a bunch of ratchetness on TV.
Oh,
It's refreshing to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
National
National
Lampoon.
The Lifetime movies, they are a bunch of bubble gum and
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
lollipops.
It's
Sometimes
not.
you need bubblegum and lollipops when the world is falling apart. You
Not
need that getaway.
You need crazy glue when the world falls apart.
Crazy glue gonna fix this one.
Mr. Watson said, Justin, can you bring up what Mr. Watson said? Is that his dad? Is that your dad?
Yeah, that's my bad.
Hey, Deepak.
He said
Yep.
the best thing about 2020 was November 3rd. For those
Yep.
who don't know, that was election day.
That was election
That
day.
thing about 2021 so far is going to be January.
January 6th, right? Oh, January 12th.
Well, the 6th first, which that'll be fine. That's,
Yeah.
You know,
And then
they
we got
trying it.
Inauguration
They
day.
trying it, but inauguration day, yes, absolutely. What personally, you guys, Tyron, Justin, what was something good in 2020 for you guys?
What, you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I always say to Justin, like, okay, we've only been married 3 years. And, I'm like, okay, if we can survive quarantine, I think we can survive the rest of our lives together.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good thing. Like, it really like solidified, like, okay, I married the right person.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
For real. You know what?
I just wanted to solidify your
Trying to
answer.
give you a whole shout out over here.
Uh-huh.
That's how we do, y'all. Go ahead, babe.
So I have a lesson learned, but I think the best thing, since Tyra took mine, the best thing from quarantine from 2020 was the fact that I was able to work from home.
Yes.
That was a blessing.
I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
Because I working overnight, I hated driving out to my job, and then I was tired as hell coming back home, falling asleep at the wheel. But what are you doing?
Nothing.
But but it was frustrating, it was tiring, and I'm getting up going to baseball. So working from home has truly been a blessing, I think, for me.
Absolutely.
For the whole family, really. And I'll say what my lesson was. The lesson that I had is really something that you hear all the time, but is to know that tomorrow is never promised. Right. So I spoke about it earlier in the year during the show. When COVID happened, when everything shut down here, the day before, I was at baseball practice with my guys, and I remember the conversation. I said, I don't know what's going to happen, with this whole COVID thing, people get shutting down. But, when we get back to it, let's come back ready to work. We never got back to it. That night that I gave that speech, everything shut down. So, they didn't have proms, they didn't have the graduation like they were expecting to have. We take so many things for granted, and we expect things to happen. Like we got to learn to. It taught me to enjoy the moments while you're in it. Because you don't know what's going to happen in the coming moment. Enjoy every moment that you can while you're in it. So.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Tanya said, my son graduated. My mom turned 70.
Two blessings right there.
Yay! Go.
And then we're all still healthy. Still got our health and our
Knock
strength.
on nothing that was wood.
That's what I do. When I say knock on wood, I knock right on my own
goodness.
nugget.
Go ahead.
He nasty.
I have my list because we're about 10 minutes to close of some things. Lessons learned.
Before.
Some lessons learned from 2020. Like I said, the racial reckoning was a big lesson learned, not so much for Black people, but for people who thought that racism was over, it didn't exist anymore. For people who didn't believe in systemic racism, 2020 brought all of that to the forefront, smack dab in your face.
And the whole world was watching. It wasn't,
and the whole world saw it. And I
Mhm.
think it got a lot more people on our side. I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but it was a lot of white people at those protests.
Mhm.
Some protests, it was more white people than Black people. So those were one of the lessons learned. I think people finally opened their eyes to see, as Trump's son said, that we're not just complaining. You know what I mean? We're not just complaining, that these things are actually happening to us and it's real.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so I'm hoping that the new administration will actually do some things like pass laws to protect Black people.
Yeah, all the symbolism is great, but
all
let's
the
pass some
symbolism is
laws.
great, but until you pass laws to protect us, everything you say is null and void. Pass laws to protect Black people. Pass the Crown Act. A couple of other things.
I say keep that same energy from 2020 into 2021.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then the true value of human interaction. You know, some people who are like really loners, they're okay with that. But then we realize that, you know what I mean? You really need to interact with people. Like some people have gone back to being alcoholics. Some people have went back, you know, just solely based off of that human interaction. Some people have truly struggled without human interaction. So we have learned the value of human interaction.
Flip side of that, some people stopped being alcoholics because they couldn't go out and drink.
Oh, the liquor stores was always open.
Or you
No,
can
they
get it
wasn't.
delivered.
No, they weren't.
Oh, at one point they was
No,
closed,
they-
but they
no,
opened
they
them
weren't.
back up real quick.
Real quick.
Makita said, I found my love in travel nursing, which allowed me to spend time with me and let people and things that were dead weight. Did I read that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a
She's-
great place in life.
Absolutely wonderful.
Makita.
Yeah. And Makita spent months taking care of COVID patients.
Yes, Makita. Woo-hoo.
She's a hero.
Of our group. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She
Thank
put
you
her
so
life
much,
on the line
Makita.
every day. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for all you've done for us and everybody else. Thank you for putting your life on the line for the rest of us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We've also learned about the importance of family. You know, a lot of times you hear people, I don't need nobody, I don't need my family, but we've learned that we need each other. You know what I mean? And that some of us are one paycheck away from being in the food line.
Yeah.
We need each other. We've learned how to make use of what we have. We've gotten very creative in this pandemic. We've gotten creative with our meal prepping. We've gotten creative with how we help one another. We've gotten creative with how we entertain our children, how we entertain ourselves. Some of us have gone back to things that we haven't done in a long time. Like me, I went back to reading. I was an avid reader, and I had, you know, life was so busy. I think we've learned the value in stillness, that it's not as much value in busyness as we thought.
And we got Eric Logan said the liquor store in the Wawa was the nightclub of 2020.
Amen. 'Cause there's no place you could go.
That's right.
And the grocery store.
That's right. Club Wawa.
Yep.
And some of
Wawa
us
was popping on a daily basis,
absolutely.
especially at lunchtime.
Yes. And some of us have learned the importance of an emergency fund. If you haven't learned anything from 2020, you should have learned to save something.
Yes.
Have an emergency fund. I'm going to say this personally for myself, because I had a problem with buying lunch at work. And I knew because I'm a
And there was
very
nothing I
savvy
could do about it.
person. You know what I mean? I knew that I was like, you know, frivolous with my lunch funds. But I didn't realize until I was looking to see how much money was left in my account. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
You don't realize.
Right. So I realized.
Add up.
Right. So I realized, well, we have an emergency fund. Thank God for my savvy hubby here. We do have that, but I do realize that a lot of the things we bought, we didn't need to buy. A lot of the places we went, we didn't need to go. A lot of the money we spent, we didn't need to spend. And a lot of the people we hung around with, we didn't need to hang around with. So
wait a minute, what do you mean by that part?
not y'all. Not y'all. But I'm just saying, you realize that if you didn't hang with certain people, your life wasn't going to fall apart. If you wasn't included in this, that, and the other, it's some people who have to be included, have to be in the inner circle.
I used to just be in the house anyway.
Right.
I only went to y'all house, so.
Right. And then we've learned about the value of essential employees. We've learned about the value of essential employees, not just nurses and doctors and scientists, but our gas station, people who kept our gas stations open.
Hold on,
the cashiers.
Hold on, Becky. You just flowing. We had another comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it all in. We had 55.
She on the roll. I had to slow it down.
It's not all shut down at 8:00.
Exactly. It's okay. It's our show. Okay.
So somebody said 2020 has shown me the resilience of my children. No schedules, day-to-day basic learning changing, and they're hanging in there and staying fluid in the situation. Yeah,
yes.
2020 has been real tough on the kids because they go from being in the school on a daily basis every day, and then their lives just changing like that. I mean, it was just just happened. So, shout out to the kids, man, and me being a coach and seeing, I followed some of the kids on social media that I coach and just seeing how they've been handling. Like I can remember some of the kids, like when this first happened, I don't think they was taking it too seriously. I remember they were at Walmart. And this was before we had to wear masks and stuff. I remember them being at Walmart, and I remember one of the kids putting, they had the headphones, you can try them on. And he put on the headphones. I was like, yo, you better chill out, man. You're going to catch I don't even know if we was calling it the Rona then. But you're gonna get that coronavirus, and we were talking back and forth. But I think now some of them are in college because they graduated or whatever the case may be. They're taking it a lot more seriously now. But they've had to change their thought process. They've had to change the things that they do. When you're a senior, junior in high school, you like hanging out with your friends. They couldn't really do that. So shout out to the kids for changing up what they
kids have definitely been They've held on. They've held on because originally they were told 2 weeks. It's going to be 2 weeks. Everyone was told 2 weeks. Yeah.
I learned. Makita said I learned that Amazon is the enemy.
Yes, I don't have to buy anything I see on Amazon.
What? What do you want to say?
So we've also
learn some self-control.
And a lot of the importance of hygiene, the importance of washing your hands.
Man, if you ain't know that,
I wash my hands every day.
We wash our hands, but this is what I said in the beginning of this pandemic. Like, did people not have hand soap in their house before then? Why is all the hand soap off the shelf?
I don't understand it.
I'm not washing your hands.
Right.
So we definitely learned the importance of hand hygiene, how germs and viruses transfer. We've gotten like a whole biology lesson, over the year. So that's a good thing. And I'm hoping that maybe we'll carry this on, and maybe food season every year won't be as bad because people are washing their hands and, doing what they need to do. I've talked about new ways of doing things. We've also all been educated about health disparities, and that health disparities still exist, and it's still something that we need to come together collectively to do something about. And that's all. And we've learned that racism still exists. The importance of coming together. We
knew that already.
We've learned it, but people who were hesitant to believe it, it has been put in their face so that they cannot deny it anymore. So that was a great thing, and we've learned the importance of coming together. That coming together in these marches, coming together in this political climate, coming together for the good of all people.
Yeah.
That when we're all, we're better together. I think that's the one thing. We are all black, white, rich, poor. We're better together.
You should run for office.
I thought about that.
I would vote for you.
Huh? You would vote for me? I do have some things in mind, y'all. Can look me up.
I would only run for office in my old neighborhood.
Run for office?
It's too much BS.
Yeah.
I'd run for office in my old neighborhood because I think I would know how to fix my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
Do you? It's your old neighborhood.
Yeah.
What's changing?
I don't know. It's
The things that it needed in 85, it may not need now.
exactly.
I still coach
I
my
got
old
new basketball hoops.
We have a
Right. So somebody's educational disparities as well. We should not be struggling to get the internet and computers in the house of underserved students. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
educational system as a whole has been exposed for its shortcomings.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
I'm going to say this. The educational system is lacking. Everybody knows that it's hard. But I also want to say this. Parents hold a lot of responsibility in that.
They do.
They sure do.
So,
But not just
wait, let me finish. So when people talk about the computers and the internet, first of all, now that kids are going to school from at home, the internet is essential. But before that, it's not essential. People will say that it is essential because everything runs on the internet nowadays. But it's not essential to life.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So parents just dropped the ball. I'll put it that way. Some parents.
Some parents. I don't want to paint them all with a broad brush.
Yeah, some parents. But
some parents have definitely, and we learned, especially if you're one of them parents that was butt naked smoking weed on the Zoom, you dropped the ball. I'm just saying. Why is you butt naked on your child Zoom, your baby Zoom?
Okay.
They ain't realize that's their norm. They ain't realize
they were comfortable. But it also, I think, with the whole college admission scandal, with that coming out, we've also learned that what we suspected all along with some of these well-to-do folks has actually been happening. I know in the collegiate world, we have suspected that all along, that there was a lot of pay to play.
First of all, it's happening. It's going to continue to happen.
It's going to continue to happen.
This is the problem with these people. These people that were dumb.
They were.
You see, so I went to college
they went about it the
with
wrong
a girl
way.
whose dad built a library for school. So how do you think
she's getting in regardless of her SAT?
So she didn't have to pay a cent.
And regardless of her SAT scores, but they tell us, oh, you gotta pass this test. So we know that it's not all about that.
And some schools did away with the SATs and the ACTs.
Absolutely,
yes, they sure did.
Because it's not a true indication of how well.
First of all, it's culturally biased.
Absolutely, it is. Hell yeah.
First of all, it's and see, and this goes back to the system. Be working for the kids. You dig what I'm so for instance, I tell high school kids this all the time when I get a chance to talk to them. When I was in high school, I hate math. Math is whack to me. But when I was in high school, once I only needed 3 math credits. I did algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2. I'm not taking no more math. Went to college, they showed me some stuff I'd never seen before. So I tell everybody, I was like, yo, even though you don't like math, if college is what you plan on doing in the future, if you think college is for you, go as far as you can in math, as well as the English and the literature.
Yeah, you have to.
Because that's going to be your foundation.
Yep. And you know what I tell people, and a lot of people don't realize this, you could have sucked a scribble in high school. They don't realize that you just got to, wherever you go, you can totally reinvent yourself educational in college. You can totally reinvent who you are. It's a clean slate to start over, and I think people don't realize that. I was talking actually to my nephew and I was trying to let him know that. He's like, well, my high school, I'm listen, do what you got to do, get into college. You can reinvent yourself. Because once you graduate from college, ain't nobody gonna ask you for your high school transcript.
Nope.
Yeah, but for people like that, my first question I say is, and you notice I said it, do you want to go to college?
Yes, some of them don't want to go.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that's not your thing, you're not gonna do nothing but waste time and money.
Absolutely. I mean, for those, I would say maybe take a class. Maybe you can take a test online class and see if you can handle it and see if that's what you want to do. And then you got to have a plan. You can't just be willy-nilly.
But So, for instance, if high school really wasn't your thing, and I'm not going to say that college won't be your thing, but it's likely that college won't be.
Right.
Because in high school, sometimes they hold your hand and lead you here, lead you there, and do that kind of stuff. But in college, ain't nobody going to be waking you up for class in the morning and reminding you got papers to do and all that kind of stuff.
Right. All right. It's a comment.
All right, so we have
Sarita. Sarita said COVID has changed the game for college admissions. They hurt the most by not having students on campus last year. This spring, no matter who you are, you will have your pick of schools. Colleges are for profit and they have taken a hit last year. I'm thinking about going back.
Why not?
Why not do it?
Go ahead.
But I'm saying offer deep discounts.
Yeah.
Offer deep discounts.
They're gonna try to get
and
that
don't
money
major
back.
in something that's not going to be lucrative when you graduate.
They're gonna try to get that money back. These colleges, they're gonna be nickel and diming you.
Oh yeah.
Being in the pandemic, we also have to say that if you going, you have to think about careers.
Right.
Be affected in case we get another pandemic.
Exactly. Think about where you want to go. What's going to be affected.
We're open. Look and see what career paths were the most lucrative during this time. And if that's your interest, because who wants to do something they don't really like for 30 years, even though people do it.
Right.
If you find something that interests you, pursue it.
Go hard or go home. Don't stop.
Justin, you ready to hit this brick wall?
I was about to say, is it time for the brick wall ending?
I think it's time.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You know what? I guess it's time for us to get on out of here. I want to thank y'all for joining us again for this 10-7, the first one of 2021. We've been doing this since 2019?
2019.
We've been doing this since 2019. Here we are, 2021. Like I always try to remind you to join our community. Hit us. What?
He wasn't looking at the camera.
Because I'm looking at something else so I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
Jeez, my wife, boy, gotta love her. Make sure you join our community at 215-486-0335. I'll say it again a little slower for those that don't listen that fast. 215-486-0335. Actually, Goose joined last week during the Intelligent Ignorance show, because if you're part of New Twist Radio and your show is not on when we do a drawing, you're in the running. So I'm the only person that's not in the running for any of these things. But
shout out. I'm sure.
I'm in the running. I'm still in the running.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, we want to thank y'all for joining us this week. Make sure y'all catch us next week. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps us out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your comments are keep them coming. And, let everybody know about us, because, we love what we do and we love having fun. So, like I said, we want to thank y'all for joining us here on 10-7 shows. I'm sorry, I'm reading all these little things.
Too much.
Yeah, on the 10-7 show. We'll talk to y'all next time. We out of here.
Thanks for watching.
Love you.